In this video, Professionals and Coffee will talk about leadership, marketing, and reputation management with Judy Lewis, co-founder and partner at Strategy Objectives, one of Canada's best public relations and marketing communication agency. Welcome to Professionals and Coffee, Judy.
Well, thank you for having me, Carolina. And it is a joy to be able to talk about public relations and to share whatever I may with your listeners and viewers.
It's a pleasure having you here. Well, my first question is, could you tell us a little bit about yourself? How did you start your professional journey into the world of PR, communications, and marketing?
Sure. Well, first of all, Strategic Objectives is Canada's most award-winning public relations firm. We are committed to excellence, giving back, and really advancing the profession of public relations. So why am I in this? Well, I started off going to McGill University in communication. So it was always in my vision to be able to either work in communications, journalism, something in that area. And I started my career at CBC, Canadian Broadcasting Corporation, and I worked in current affairs. I worked at Radio-Canada International, which broadcast all around the world. And I was always working in current affairs and news. So what I was looking at is what is happening in Canada, what is relevant to Canadians, and how might I help Canadians understand the issues of the day better. From there, I then joined CTV television, and I worked on a crazy show called Thrill of a Lifetime. And that was really the beginning of reality television, where people were asked, tell us your dream, we make them happen. And I worked with a variety of different brands, creating these amazing thrills for Canadians that we would videotape, and then it would be part of a television show. So when I was working at Thrill of a Lifetime, I was working there together with who is now my business partner, who is also my sister. So while we were working at CTV, we really realized that there was a huge opportunity to help brands get their message across and to be able to work with the media in a very collaborative way. Because when we started working in public relations, most executives were quite afraid of speaking to the media, where we really thought it was a great opportunity for executives to tell their story directly to Canadians. So we started as two people. We had $500 in the bank. We had no money. And we went out and we found clients. And what we really wanted to do is transform public relations from kind of not a very well-respected profession into a discipline that people really understood could build trust, credibility for their brand, and really engage consumers. And those are terms we speak about now as being very normal, but back in the 80s when we started the company, these were very, very brand new words and new approaches, because public relations was not necessarily seen as a marketing discipline. But we did develop some fantastic clients. So Marks and Spencer from the UK, and we worked with them here in Canada, a great brand. The Body Shop, Kraft Canada, Cadbury. We now work with Kia, many other brands. So really the rest was history, because we defined how public relations could be different and how it could be very meaningful to businesses and brands. So that was really how we started, and it is served to be very true today. And many other agencies have really identified that is the opportunity. So
it sounds like such an amazing journey, professional journey. And
thank you.
Wow, congratulations. we've heard that you are obviously you are the co-founder and partner of Strategy Objectives. But could you tell us what motivates you to create a woman-owned business in Canada? So what was your, because it's really hard to lead any business, but more as a woman, because we know that most of the business are being led by men. So what motivated you?
There is no question that when Deborah and I founded the company, the vast majority of public relations firms were led by men. And in advertising, it was even worse. In marketing, it was even worse. So it was male dominated. And what we found so interesting is that men were developing all kinds of communication strategies targeted at the most important consumer, which was women. And therefore, we believed that we had a great advantage because we actually understood women. We were women. And I have always been a very proud feminist in the approach that I really do believe that women hold up half the world. And if you look at any kind of international development organization, you know that when money is raised, they put it into the community, to the women, because it is the women that will raise a community up. So we really believed that there was an opportunity to change the style of marketing and to come up with concepts that really engaged women. And as two women business owners, we attracted women who wanted to work with women. And our business has always been very family focused, while at the same time committed to excellence and committed to doing the very, very best work in the industry. And we have maintained that reputation of being Agency of the Year for, 12 years. We, as you mentioned earlier, we are Canada's most award-winning public relations firm. So we believe that we have really caught on to something. And what I would say now is that diversity, equity, and inclusion are so important, and that gender should not hold anyone back, male, female, queer, whatever. I mean, everybody is welcome within this profession.
What are some of your duties as co-founder and partner at the Strategy Objectives?
Well, number one, I am head cheerleader. That is really, really important. That is very important to be able to inspire the team, to support the team, to encourage them to be as creative, bold as possible. So that's one very important role. And I say that really meaning that and believing that. But within the public relations area, I work as a lead strategist in helping develop the most, progressive strategies for our brands, creative inspiration, relationship officer, if you will, to build relationships not only with clients, but within my network and within, nonprofit organizations, women's organizations, and so on, so forth, and to inspire innovation. If to be successful, you must always innovate, and we have really proven that. Coming back to the cheerleader and mentor role, within our organization, culture is very, very important. And, we have different values that we bring to life. And my role is to onboard all staff into our values so that talent really understands who we are as an organization. And the one aspect since the very founding of Strategic Objectives has been to make a difference. And we have been involved in earth-shattering, campaigns such as human trafficking, such as international development, such as environmental climate change issues. So we really believe that as communicators, we have incredible power to influence and to create change in our country. And that's something that we take very seriously.
Sounds incredible. I think you have made a good point. It's really important to convey internally to your employees your core values so that they can convey through their campaigns, through their new releases, and all these philosophy with your clients. So it's really important.
And that's a good point, because if you look at diversity, equity, and inclusion, not only do we practice it within our agency, but we really have brought that forth through our influencer marketing and our influencer relations work, where we have gone to our clients and said, no, you can't just have this kind of influence. We need to reflect Canadian society. We need to reflect the people who live in our country. So we bring diversity to our work and the support of women and really helping people to belong here. That's what's so important.
It's really, really important. My next question is, what makes strategy objectives different compared to the rest of the PR agencies in Canada?
Well, our name is Strategic Objectives. And the reason our name is Strategic Objectives is we believe everything starts with strategy. And I tend to see a lot of public relations campaigns that are very tactical. We'll do media relations. We will do influencer relations. We will do a pop-up. We will do these different activities. But the question is, what is it based on and why are you doing that? What is the strategic insight that you are trying to leverage so that this campaign that you develop will be more meaningful and credible than others? So we spend a lot of time on strategy. We believe that creativity is so important because it makes a campaign more memorable. And I would say a big difference in our agency is that we are very people focused and we are committed to our team and committed to that soft quality of kindness being really important to motivating and developing talent within our profession.
What type of leadership does strategy objectives pursue among their communication and marketing teams?
That's an interesting question. So what kind of leadership? Leadership that cares about the people, leadership that really focuses on not just selling, but actually having impact and influence on people. And I think that what really, leadership that brings and welcomes innovation, new ideas, and is maybe more democratic than we have seen. I believe that ideas come from all places, but you need to be able to work within a democratic agency to allow those ideas to come forth. So that's kind of the style of leadership that we like to operate within our organization. So we get people very comfortable with sharing the best ideas that they have.
My next question is, please tell us more about your experience in reputation management. What does strategy objectives motto #WeMakeNews mean?
That's a really, really interesting question. So reputation management, I'll just say one thing. It takes years to build a brand. It takes 1 second to destroy it. So when we are developing strategies and campaigns, we always take a very preemptive look at what issues or crises could develop. So, of course, we are positioning something positive, but we also understand that there are social media trolls out there. There is normal cynicism out there. So how are we going to manage that? And that becomes really, really important. So what we try to do is always make that part of the strategy. And then what it means to hashtag We Make News, which you have seen quite a bit of on social media, is that we elevate and make the brand messaging that we are involved in memorable, credible, and most importantly, relevant, because you cannot make news unless it is relevant. So we really focus heavily on what is the relevance of this product, what is the relevance of this issue, how many people can, interact with it, to ensure that when we go out and develop a campaign, that it, because it is relevant, it becomes newsworthy. Make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense completely. Thank you so much. And more because of PR. As a PR professional, we need to focus on to go to the point immediately. We need to be consistent, concrete, and go to the point.
Right.
My next question is, what's the difference between good and great marketing communications and PR campaigns?
The difference between good and great is different for everybody. I can tell you what I believe great communications are. We want to develop campaigns or programs that capture the hearts, minds, and wallets of Canadians. So when we look at something, we are not just looking at it from a tactical point of view, but we look at it, we always say, what are the legs of this campaign? How many different directions can it go? How can we make it relevant within all the different media? And how can we have impact? If you have impact, it is great.
Okay, yeah. Now, if not, oh, it's good.
It's good, but it didn't achieve what you were looking to do. So again, we come back to our name, strategic objectives. What is our objective? And a great campaign will blow those objectives out of the water. So that's what we are always looking for. And that's why we win so many campaigns.
Hey, okay. Thank you for the answer. And why does your agency say that it is an innovator in social, digital, and experiential PR? What does this mean?
Well, we are innovators and we always have been innovators. Strategic Objectives is recognized as a pioneer in many areas of public relations. And that is a tradition that we continue. So if you look back at what we've done, even in the area of social corporate social responsibility, that was innovative to tell clients that they should talk about their philanthropic work or the good work that their brand is doing. That was not something that was done. When I look at digital, we were doing digital activations before people knew what digital activations were. Why? Because that is what we love to do. We love to break into new areas. We believe that great campaigns go beyond the boundaries of what people expect. And Strategic Objectives has redefined public relations over the years. So PR used to be just media relations. Then we did events. Our clients would say, oh my goodness, are you a promotional company? Are you a marketing company? We say, no, we're a public relations company. But why can't all aspects of communications sit within public relations? So that's where we are innovating all the time. We try to stay ahead of the curve. We are trend hunters to see what is going on around the world within our profession. And then we try to bring that to life in new and innovative ways here.
Anything else that you would like to add to this?
Well, I just think that it's really important within public relations for us to, of course, always focus on the great work that we are doing for our clients, but also to focus on the great nurturing and mentoring that we can provide to the people within the agency. And one of the things we started, we're a founding agency for is the Canadian Council of Public Relations Firms, where many different agencies have come together. I think we're about 19 different agencies, and I've been acting as the chair. Why? Because I believe it is important for us to give back to the profession. I believe it is important for us to advance communication and help people understand the power of public relations, how impactful it can be. And I actually look at the period of economics that we're in right now and the fear of recession. Many brands could really lean even further into public relations as a marketing discipline to really give them the strength that they need at this time when consumers are really rethinking how they want to spend their money.
Would you like to add anything more to this interview, Judy?
I would. I'd like to add just one other point, and that is I would like everybody to always remember within public relations, never be limited by, who you believe you are. You can do it. Your imagination is just so important to developing great campaigns. So I would just say, be bold, be courageous, be creative, and you will be rewarded. So thank you.
Thank you so much, Judy.
You're welcome.
Everything we do here works because of you guys. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and join our social media networks. Click the link in the description below this video, and please join us to do your own virtual coffee chat as I did today. I hope you enjoyed your time with us and learned about leadership, marketing, and reputation management.